So I absolutely love the tomato collection that they have here at Paulino Gardens. And on the north side of town, this is one of the best garden centers to go to. But if you're out on the east, our friends at Nick's Garden Center, who are celebrating 25 years of being in business, also gave us a great collection of plants to deal with our odd season early spring gardens. We all know that we've had kind of a cold winter. Not even just cold winter, a cold spring, and then it's warm and then it's cold. It's a difficult time of year to plant a vegetable garden. So we're actually going to be mixing some warm season and cool season vegetables inside our raised garden beds. Now we have quite a collection of plants that we're going to be planting, but we also have a lot of products that we need to use in the process. First of all, and most importantly, is prepping the soil well. So we've already turned over the soil in these raised beds, but we always are going to want to add in some new soil to give it some new nutrients. One of our favorites is Nature's Yield compost. Just break them in the bag, spread it across there, and till it in. In addition to adding compost, though, other items we're going to add, especially for raised beds, is maybe adding some hydrated lime. A lot of us get what's called blossom end rot. It's where the bottom of your tomatoes, they crack, they turn dark brown. That a lot of times is caused by a lack of calcium. So by adding the lime, it will increase your ability to have fresh, strong, healthy tomatoes, avoiding blossom end rot. In addition, a good organic fertilizer is always a plus to increase production. But more importantly, with the cool winter, cool spring we've been having, we're going to have to add some season extenders. What's been around a long time are our walls of water. We've all seen those. You put them out, you fill up the tubes with water. They help insulate your tomatoes. So even though it's getting cold and still freezing at night, this around your tomato plants allows you to plant now, extending into the season and allowing you to have production sooner. Other items have come out. This Aquadome allows you to put it right over the tomato plant. It's a lot easier to use than the wall of water. It's going to be a little bit more expensive, but for ease of use, it definitely has the thumbs up. But one of my new favorite items is the new little grow tunnel provided by Gardman. Now, Gardman, simply take the entire tunnel, you extend it over your plants. It has a metal frame so your plants wouldn't get smushed if we get any snow, and it collapses around the edges, making sure to hold in all of the heat. So all of the items I'm showing you here today are available at your local independent garden center. But our friends at Dig in Seattle, Marianne, she has a clever way to go ahead and use items you probably already have around the home to extend your gardening season.
After I'm done seeding, neighborhood cats can be visiting, so I like to recycle and reuse a tomato cage. I don't need it in the early spring. I just lay that right on top of my seed packet. The newly planted seedlings, and that keeps the cats out, but still allows the rain and things in. Then if it gets really cold, I can always just drape this with a light covering for protection.
So the compost, we're just going to cut the bag open. You know, you don't need to be too neat about it. Having a good set of tools just to rip right through it is a definite plus. And you just want to dump it out. Just spread a little bit more over here. And then you're going to want to work this in as deep as you can. Majority of the roots are going to be in the top 6 to 8 inches, but the bed's not that deep. So let's go ahead and till it in all the way to the bottom. Take us a few minutes, but we can do it. So we're going to go ahead and add some lime while we're tilling this all in. And you make sure you read the directions. This particular product, its recommendation is 1 pound per 30 square feet. We've roughly got about a 12 square foot area, so we're only going to use about 1/4 pound of the lime in here just to make sure that those tomatoes, that blossom end rot, we don't want to deal with that this year. And I always laugh. This reminds me of exactly the stuff they use baseball fields for their chalk lines. So we don't need a ton. We're just going to sprinkle it there and then just work that right into the rest of the soil. We have packed this bed pretty full, but please remember, we talked about we've put a lot of cool season and warm season vegetables right in the same bed. So as the tomatoes start to grow, a lot of things like our lettuces are going to come out of this bed. You'll also notice we planned for where the sun is coming from. The taller items we've put towards the back of the bed. So your tomatoes and your peas, so they have room to climb, are at the back of the bed. Some of the things like your squashes and your cucumbers are on the edge, so they have the opportunity to drape right over the edge, giving them plenty of space to break out and do their thing. Now, you'll also notice that we've left some room here in the front of the lettuces. One of the great things about lettuce is the time it takes for them to harvest, which is not very long. Some of these are only weeks away from being harvested. So what we can do is, besides having all of these little lettuces in here already planted as seedlings, we can actually create another row, come right in here in front of those, and any of the varieties of seeds that you have, and these will even keep from year to year. So when you go into the garden centers, have a heyday and getting a great selection so you can keep them from the year after. So you can have all different kinds of lettuces, making it more enjoyable for everybody to eat. So we can plant an additional row of lettuce seeds right across here. So as these are coming out because they've already reached yield, these are just going to be coming up. So we'll have a second full harvest coming out. Now, this bed is pretty full, but it's going to produce a lot of yield, and we had a lot of fun planting this bed. But these are the things that you can do this season with the cold spring that we've already had.